ABC Kinderteach presents Wolf in the Snow, written and illustrated by Matthew Cordell. In this book, there's not very many words, so we're going to have to try to figure out what the story's about by just looking at the pictures mostly. Okay, let's see. We're looking through the window of somebody's house, and there's a mom and a dad, and then there's a little girl and a dog. Bark! 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 So the dog is barking, and the little girl looks like she's walking someplace. I wonder where she's going. And it must be cold out because she has a winter coat on. I think they call those parkas. Walking, walking, walking. She must have to walk quite a ways to wherever she's going. I wonder where she's going by herself. And here are some wolves. But they're not right next to the girl because this circle means that they're someplace else. And look at, there's a little tiny wolf, like a baby wolf right there. And, oh, that's the school. So it must be the end of the day and she's going back home. So she must have been walking to, yes, of course, school, of course. All right. Ooh, those wolves look mean, don't they? And look, there's a baby wolf right there, a little cub. But maybe they just look mean. Maybe they're not really mean. We don't really know, do we? Oh, it looks like the snow is coming down harder. It's getting harder and harder to walk. It must be pretty windy because she's leaning forward. And also the trees seem to be bending from the wind, so it must be really, really hard to walk in that snow and wind. So there's wolves. The story is Wolf in the Snow. So she must run into, she must run into wolves sometime in this story. All right, there's the wolves walking. The big wolves. Oh, look at, there's the wolf cub. Looks like it's getting further and further behind. It must have a harder time walking. I hope it doesn't get lost. And here's the girl. She's walking. And then somewhere else, this little wolf cub is walking. And it doesn't seem like there's any other big wolves around, so maybe this little wolf cub's getting, yes, lost. Huff, huff. Oh, look at, the little girl is sweating and she's breathing really hard, and then she comes across the wolf cub, and the wolf cub is feeling very sad. It's going whine, whine, because it's all by itself. And so what do you think is going to happen? Do you think the little girl is going to turn around and run away? Or do you think she's going to help the little cub? Yeah, I'm thinking she might help the cub. I don't know how, but I think she might help the cub. Whine, whine, whine. So the cub is really upset, and the little girl says, it's okay, I'll help you, come here. But she doesn't rush up and grab the wolf. She says, you know what, it's okay, you can trust me, and that's what she's showing there with her hands. And the wolf's like, maybe I can. Oh, look it, this little girl is following the little cub. Maybe she's trying to make sure it gets to its mom and dad. And then, the little wolf cub sinks in the deep snow and goes whine, whine. And the little girl is like, oh no, what can I do? What can I do? And then she stops and she picks up the wolf because the wolf can't go any further because it's too short. And the wolf goes, howl, because it doesn't really want to be picked up by a person, but it can't get there by itself. And then it looks like after a little while, the wolf seems to be okay with being carried. And then off in the distance, we can't see them, but we hear the other wolves calling, howl. So she's going to go to the other wolves. Do you think that's safe? So she walks and she walks and she walks and walks to the sound of the other wolves going, howl. Boy, she is really being nice to that baby wolf cub. She keeps walking. She must be getting really tired. She's walking a long time, and then she's following the sound of howl. And she has to cross this river, maybe it's just snow. It looks like maybe a really icy cold river, maybe. That's hard to tell. And then she comes across what looks like a, I don't know, a raccoon or a badger or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell. And that says growl. So it's growling at the little wolf cub and the girl. And the little girl gets a stick out and says, stay away, stay away. I don't think she's going to hit him with the stick. She's just saying, stay away. And then she starts getting into some woods and she hears this screech from the owl, which is a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary. She doesn't know where she's at. And she hears it again. Howl! From the mama and papa wolf and all the other wolves in the pack. She keeps walking. She goes, huff, huff, which means she's getting really, really tired. It's hard for her to catch her breath. But guess what? The sounds are getting louder. It's going, howl! So she knows that she's getting close. I hope she's going to be safe. I hope. Oh, that must be the mama wolf. And she's like, okay, I brought your cub back, your baby cub. I'm going to, please do not be mean to me. And it looks like the baby cub is wanting to get back to its mom. What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think the wolf's going to be mean to her or nice? Let's see. The little girl looks at the wolf like, uh-oh, what are you going to do? I don't know what I should do here. That's what she's probably thinking. And the wolf's like, this is a human. I'm not sure what I really should be doing there because this human, this person has my baby. But I don't know if it means to do my baby harm or hurt my baby. I don't know what to do. So they're both kind of looking at each other like, what should we do? And then she puts the little wolf cub down, and the mama wolf goes, like, I'll make sure saying, be careful to this little girl. And then the little cub runs, and it sinks again into the snow because it's too deep. And then the mama wolf goes, sniffs to make sure that that's her baby. And then lick, lick. So it licks the baby cubs to say, hey, I'm so glad to see you, I bet. And so then the mama picks up the wolf cub by what they call the scruff of their neck. It doesn't hurt them. They're used to doing that. And carries them away. And the girl's kind of left alone. And then the girl realizes what? She's sweating. She's down on the ground. What does that mean? Oh, I bet I know what it means. It means that she must be so tired from doing all that walking. She's probably lost too. That has to be scary for the little girl, doesn't it? And so she gets up again. She keeps walking. She retracts, and so walking and walking and walking. That's where they met, and this is where the other wolves have come to join this mama wolf and the baby wolf. So what's going to happen next? Do you think she's going to make it home? Do you think the wolves are going to bother her? Well, let's see. Look it's nighttime. It's getting dark. That means it's getting so much colder. It looks like it's still snowing. So she's kind of in danger because she could get really cold and maybe, get really sick. But guess what? She hears in the distance, bark, bark. And it looks like, are these flashlights? I don't know. So somebody must be looking for her and they took the dog with them to help find her, I bet. And so she goes, huff, huff. So she knows she has to keep walking towards the sound of the barking and maybe these flashlights. And then she falls down. I think she's so tired. But, oh, the wolves are coming. What does this mean? Look at the dog getting closer. Bark, bark. And the lights are getting a little bit closer. And the wolves surround her. But look at, there's the baby cub. And it licks the little girl. It goes lick, lick. And then you hear the wolves going, oh! So they are helping the little girl because the little girl helped them with the baby cub. Oh, that is so nice. But she still looks like she's very cold and very, very tired. Look at, bark, bark. That means the dog showed up. Looks like maybe the mom or the dad, I don't know which one. It's hard to tell with their parka on. Finds the little girl and looks like things are going to be okay. She picks up the girl. And guess what? In the background, the wolves are howling, maybe saying, I'm glad that you got back to your mommy, just like our little cub got back to its mommy. And, oh, there's somebody else looking for them, the other parent looking for them. And they're all racing to get home. And it looks like the little girl's being carried because she's probably very, very tired. And guess what? They all make it back to the little cabin where it looks like it's very warm because there's a fireplace, and they seem like everybody's okay. Maybe they're even having hot chocolate. I don't know. That would be nice, wouldn't it, if you were really cold?